speak my opinion.
Hey guys, happy Saturday. I know it's kind of early. So did everybody get the notification? If you did, please comment. We're just going to wait a little bit for a few people to get in here. And if they don't, they don't. They can listen later.
Now, why can't I see the comments?
No one's posted a comment yet. So, I mean, I can't open up YouTube on here because it'll be like an echo. It's really bad sound. But if I go to my YouTube app on my phone, it shows that people can comment.
Yeah, I'm just not seeing anything.
Let me see. It says we're live right now. It says Squishy Cat's here. Ashley's here.
Yeah, see, I don't see anybody. I don't know how to. Oh, wait.
Open it on your phone.
I got it. I'm an idiot for this shit.
No.
But see, I can't even, thing is, I can't even comment or anything. Oh, I'm probably not supposed to be able to, am I?
Well, you get to talk, so that's all.
Right, I was just thinking that, Dad. Okay. Hey, I just got Facebook down like a couple years ago, so I'm slow on this stuff.
Not me. I'm so sick of Facebook. I cannot believe the reports that I got out of a couple of the groups this morning of people that things were removed. I'm hearing something in the background. When I'm reading the comments, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with what they said. I mean, you're talking about a murdered little boy. They need to put things in context.
Well, and that's 100%. I've been literally banned for 4 months out of 7 months.
Yeah, when you got banned for that meme, it was pretty funny, though.
I know, I love it. But, no, seriously, like, it is, I can't even, like, speak my opinion. Or, like, even, Zuckerberg, I hate him. And I don't hate too many people.
I don't get it. I really don't. Now, I can think of one thing that they sent to me when I got a ban for. I agree with that. But everything else, it's like you have to look at the content.
Oh, there's probably a lot of things I could agree with. I just choose not to because I can't stand him.
But just I mean, like,
you can't speak your own opinion. You can't have you have to censor everything. And last time I checked, Facebook had plenty of adults on it. And if you choose to let your kid on it, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, now I can see on the screen. I guess I don't need to use my phone. I'll just turn my phone down.
What's the group called again, Cash?
What, Cash Gernon Tragedy in Dallas?
Okay, I just want, right here. I don't think it won't let me join. I have to literally,
True. Seriously, for a picture, Squishy, I know.
Oh, gosh.
Is Squishy Cat from the long thing? Is that what they called their cat? Okay.
I mean, because now the picture I put up. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Penny. I put a picture up of Aisha's sister, and I'm explaining what she does for a living, et cetera, et cetera. This is in the Breasia Terrell group. 30-day ban. I didn't take the picture. I got the picture from Facebook. Explain.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, and I go into groups, and I'm like, it's a ghost town. I'm not that boring, really. No one.
Chelsea, I am too.
Oh yeah, the politics is the worst, Chelsea. Yeah.
Oh God, no.
I was going back and forth with somebody. I was like a New York Post in the comments. And I think, I got 24 hours for that. But I don't know how long you can be out of Facebook jail until you stop getting the 30-day bans. Then they reset it back to like 24 hours, or you can't.
Well, I've gotten 4 in 7 months. So please tell me.
Yeah. And when did all this start? Because I've been on Facebook since like 2008, 2009. This all just started happening to me in like the last year.
Yep. Pretty shitty.
So what's everybody got? What's everybody doing on Saturday morning?
I'm relaxing. What's everybody else doing?
Why can't I see the comments in the live? I see them.
Yeah. I said a certain Australian reality TV star looked like a cheap plastic surgeon, combined her lip surgery and her hoo-ha, woo-hoo, surgery and gave her the JJ lips. Facebook job.
Yeah.
For bullying, Ashley, is that what they said?
For the JJ? Really?
Look at that.
Why can't you say hoo-ha on the JJ? I mean, you don't want to say pussy. You don't want to say all that, but...
You know what? If that's exactly what she posted, I would say it was because she said looked like. It's if you call people names or make specific, like just do something specifically to a person like that. That seems to be what I've noticed people get in trouble for. Right. You can cuss and swear and do whatever, but as soon as you call someone else something, that seems to be when they get you.
Yeah. It just seems pathetic, honestly.
It is.
I would teach my kids to say JJ or hoo-ha over pussy and that shit any day.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. I just think they don't have anything better to do.
What is this? Someone can't see. I don't know.
It was a picture that contacted the Zuckerberg as a baby. Yeah, he's a prick. He's an idiot.
Well, and I don't get it because this stuff just started happening unless I missed it before. I mean, I heard about people being threatened with it. And some people use Facebook for work. I know like one friend of mine, her whole account was deactivated.
Right.
They never said deleted comment and I couldn't comment, but it wasn't her. Hi, Angel. It was in a gossip group. See, that's another thing. If you've got a drama group, you know shit's going down.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to slap hands in that?
Right. Oh, gosh. How many people do we have on?
You know what? I don't even know how to tell. I can just see who's commenting in here. So.
Angel, I'm almost there with you.
Yeah, Night Sparrow, I get that. And on YouTube, you can. Hi, RC. And I mean, I've heard of people that have like, they say like 20 sock accounts. That always seems to be the number they use. I made a Facebook for my dog, okay? And it got shut down because I couldn't prove who my dog was. So I don't know how people have this. Yeah.
Your dog.
For my dog.
Your dog.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I get that. Your dog. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. That's when I would have literally just stopped, sent him a middle finger and said, fuck you, suck.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what other, Tom at MySpace would have never done this stuff to me.
I loved MySpace.
I mean, cool backgrounds, music.
Yep. There we go. Ooh. Have you heard of Missing Ira Briscoe?
No, who's that?
It's out of Missouri. I'm actually one of the groups. It's Ira Lee Briscoe, missing in Missouri. His cousin and I are friends. Tessa, she heads it. And he's been missing since, I think, October, maybe. But we all pretty much know that he got shot or beat to death, and they buried him.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I hear a new weird case every day.
I think he's like 24. Yeah.
And I mean, excuse me. And it's just really kind of if I really want to get into it. Night Sparrow. I had 8 days. Hi, just me.
Night Sparrow, I understand too well. If I wanted to hear crap like this, is watch Sagittarius Shoddy.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
Yeah, we're just waiting for a few more people to come in.
damn. How are you today, lady?
Cool picture. All right, just 1 second. All right, so we're just going over today what we know and what we don't know about Cash Gernon. We know he was 4 years old. He had a twin brother that's still alive. You know, and imagine being that little boy. The only constant he had in his life was his brother.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he was growing up in a family just a failure. I mean, toxic and just no. I mean, everybody probably saw this path going on. And wasn't he adopted by the grandparents for a while?
Yeah, that's what I heard. And, you know, I was told about the case, I think, on the 16th of May, I think, and that's when we started the group. But it was on the 17th of May is when CBS DFW came out with the article that said, and this really piqued my interest, it said troubling new details continue to emerge about the murder of a 4-year-old Dallas boy over the weekend. Not only about the crime, but also the home life of Cash Gernon. Now, you know, obviously the family always comes into question, but this cast of characters is just insane. And the fact that these two boys, I mean, went back and forth for quite a while. So, I mean, in the group, everyone has a theory. And that's one thing in the group we don't do. We don't stop discussion. And if you don't like someone's theory and you can't find, what is that noise?
I'm having a hard time hearing you. It's like you're breaking up. Is it just me, or is anybody else having a hard time?
Can anyone hear me?
I hear you just fine.
Okay, see, now I got to move the microphone because I can hear myself too good. So, what was I saying?
Just me? Is that Jessica?
I don't know. So anyway, like I said, you know, this outlet,
Thanks, lady.
you know, put in, you know, black and white that they're questioning his home life. And I was like, okay, wow. And you don't normally see that because it's always a given that something's going on somewhere.
Right.
So we have the dad is Trevor. The mom is Mindy. They have 4 children.
Has anybody seen what Mindy looks like, or has she been even posted?
Yeah, I saw a picture. She's a pretty lady. She's on.
I was just thinking she probably looks like a trucker. I don't know why I thought that.
You know, of course, there's rumors that she had some things going on, but she's cleaned it up now. I don't know. So I can't figure out, and mind you, the women in this group, they're better than the Dallas Morning News, the stuff that they find. And we can't find anywhere where Trevor and Mindy ever had a primary residence for their 4 children.
Right. Well, I mean, how long has she been a truck driver?
That I don't know. I heard 2019.
Huh?
So I heard 2019.
No, I mean, so basically a year after she had him.
Right, but then there's 2 girls. So the 2 girls, I believe, what is that noise? Is that a hot? Huh? Okay, there it went away. It could be me. I don't know. So her mother has the girls, I believe. And anybody, if I get this wrong, please hit the link, come in, or put it in the comments. Okay, Ashley said 2 years ago she went to truck driving school. Okay, good.
Hey, what's see, I haven't been on this case for a minute because I've had work and everything, but Cat Wright just said, let's discuss the release of FBI video by Benny.
Yeah, I don't know Benny. I've never talked to him. There's kind of some controversy with him, so I'm not bringing any of that in because I haven't even had time to look at all of it.
Oh, I haven't heard about it. What is it?
Like I said, I haven't had time. I don't know. I mean, he's mentioned a lot in the group, so I don't know if he actually knows. And so for there's people in here that don't know about the group. I mean, not about the group, but about the case yet. So anyway, Mindy's mom has the girls. And her father and stepmom had the twins. Now, I've heard for 2 years and I've heard for 3 years. So something went down last year and Trevor got the twins. I don't know.
Okay. Well, consider that she's on the road. I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, he is the father.
Of course, they're better off with their dad, you know. And if he's like, hey, you know, I'll take care of them, and you know, let's say you're doing over the road, and you have, you know, every 2 weeks off. You know, I mean, good for her for, you know, getting a career. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Trevor should have gone to CDL school too. So anyway, Trevor got the boys from her dad and stepmom, and then like when he got them. I'm not sure where he moved to, if it was Houston or if he went straight to Dallas, but he had a nice girlfriend. And I've seen like some videos put up, and it just seemed like, you know, they had a really good relationship. So I don't know what happened there. Hang on, I got to unmute.
Thank you, Ashley. That's actually telling me a lot. Thank you.
I don't know where Lily went. Oh, because she muted herself. Sorry, I thought I did it.
So, all right. 3 years. So, she's 6 months to 3 years, and 3 months. Stepmom, and dad of Mindy had them. Oops. Okay.
Okay. So then that's when Trevor got the twins. All right. So things went real sideways earlier this year, and somehow these boys, these twins, wound up in Monica's care, and they were sleeping in a baby crib. If you look at the group, the pictures, you can see like the toys that were there are like baby toys.
Right.
There's nothing there for like a 4-year-old. Just in the pictures I saw, they could have had a whole nother toy room.
Well, I think we all can agree. The first problem was they never should have been left there.
No, no, not at all.
Technically, she wasn't even their guardian or anything. She didn't have to do anything for them, unfortunately.
No, and they're not stray dogs. You don't drop off two little boys and say, here. It's one thing if you're like, I've got to go to work. Can you watch them a few hours?
Yeah, not weeks or months while I go to Dallas or go somewhere or whatever. He went Houston.
No, because he said in his Facebook, I agree, Danielle. He said in his Facebook that his sister posted on her page. He said that it was for work, but everyone else for a warrant. I mean, the police went to Monica's house looking for him. Now she mentioned that she hadn't seen him, but she forgot to mention she's been watching his kids. That's just strange. It is strange because don't you want to do on one hand, I guess she thinks she's doing the right thing. I don't know. But
the thing is that the other family members had the boys. She did not need to keep them by no means.
I at one point thought, did he sell those kids to her? Did she buy those kids?
That's what I've been wondering.
I don't know why she would. That's the only thing. But then again, I don't know why a lot of this is happening. I'm just trying to catch up though too.
Oh yeah, we're just discussing this. We're not. Yeah.
Okay, something I need to know. Has Trevor turned himself in?
Yeah, we're getting to that.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, back to Monica. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of us have babysat for friends, you know, taking care, you know, had our kids' friends over for the weekend. You know, what do, you know, most people do? What does that say?
Okay, Ashley.
I mean, most of us are like, what do they eat? What are they allergic to? Make sure there's, you know, changes of clothes. Who's their doctor? So how did all this go down? Because Monica does not seem like the type to ask those questions.
Night Sparrow, can you explain a little bit more of that, please?
I heard, let me put that up there. He said, I heard Mindy's stepmom took the boys and dropped them with Trevor. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just asking for a little more. Yeah.
I heard that as well.
Well, like Ashley, like you're saying, Monica should have given those boys to Trevor's mom or bio mom. When law enforcement, when Ellie came to her door, even just looking for Trevor, at that point, she needed to say that the boys are in her custody at this point, and this is what's going on. If she wanted to do it right. 100%. She really screwed it up, I think. Oh, hold on, Connor's talking. Connor, hold on.
You know, and what was the timeline? How long was this going to continue? I mean, when does something go from, I need you to watch them till I get this cleared up, to they're there forever? You know, or they're there for a few months. You know, I don't know. You know, because Monica's father said they were there a few weeks. But then we've heard February and we've heard March. So now, Ashley, what are you saying? No court custody? So Trevor didn't have custody, or who didn't have custody?
I don't think Mindy did. I thought Trevor did, right?
What is that, officer?
I thought Trevor did.
Yeah, that's all back and forth because nobody knows. There was a child support agreement. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
So then there's also a story that Trevor and his mom knew they were with Monica, that they were sending Monica money and they would FaceTime her.
They were sending her money?
That's just another story. We don't know.
I haven't seen that.
And this is a really good point, Ashley. When Trevor stopped contact with Monica, she should have made a 911 call.
Yep. She wanted the attention. She inserted herself into something that she never should have been in.
Oh, I agree. You know, and like I said, these kids are not stray dogs. You don't just get to throw kids on someone and say, I'll get them when I get them.
Well, we all saw the living conditions. She treated them like stray dogs, apparently.
Yeah, and, you know, and in the group, it's very torn. You've got some people that actually are like, well, Monica's the only one that did the right thing, and she was the one clothing them. She was the one bathing them. She was feeding them. I understand that. You know, and
he was fighting for custody and about to get all 4 kids. Yup.
But she also had them very confused.
Oh, I definitely don't think she did everything right by no means.
But she was telling these kids she's their mom.
That's what I'm saying. If she wanted to think that she was doing things right, I mean, unless she's just so ignorant, I don't know her, that she thinks what she did was great. I got so many opinions on her, but I guess you're right. Other people don't agree with me, so I need to watch what I say.
You can say it on here. I don't agree with them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, she didn't do a good job.
Right. I think we all agree that he killed the boy, but also the fact that she asked the neighbor, do not press charges because I know him, he lives with me. But then she wanted to lie and tell everybody that she didn't know him or didn't live with her or whatever. There's just so many conflicting stories back and forth.
Oh, there's tons. Yeah, there's tons. And, you know, and I kind of wonder about Mindy myself, because I heard very early on that she had been looking for her boys. And like I said, the women in this group, they know this case. They bring up stuff that we would have never even thought of. So the group was started May 16th, 17th. You know, here we are, and not one person has produced a police report, a social media post, nothing where these boys were being looked for. I've got a big problem for that. So, as we know, Monica has the kids. May 15th is when Cash was murdered.
God, wow.
We have the video. It looks like, I call him DB because I don't know how to pronounce his first name. So if someone can spell it out for me, that'd be great. Exactly, Danielle.
What?
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, so this is a house that it seems to me people are up 24 hours a day. Someone in the house is up. Because let's face it, she's got teenagers.
I want to say something else, but
I mean, no, go ahead.
I'm sure there's a drug problem somewhere in there.
Oh yeah, we know that. So, I mean, this doesn't seem like a house where everyone's quietly sleeping at 5 a.m.
I think what Night Sparrow just said, I heard it was Mindy's mother and sister were the ones looking for Cash and Carter. Okay, in the beginning, I said law enforcement had went to the house 2 times looking for the boys, and she said they were not there. The boys and Trevor, excuse me, and she said they were not there. Right there, she should be held for false info and, I mean, so many other things. Kidnapping.
Yeah, because
if that was my kid, I would force it, literally.
Now, Night Sparrow, if you want to come on, please do.
Yes.
They were looking for Cash and Carter because we can't find anything on that. Like I said, not one social media post, nothing. No police.
There's a lot of stuff I can't find. Like I said, I've been absent for so long, and I'm trying to look up things, and I'm like, I can't even. Yes, Ashley, that's what I was told, literally from the beginning.
Right. So, Cash was taken from the crib while Carter slept. And as we know, a few hours later, the jogger found him. I'm still confused about the pocket knife. Was it found at Monica's or was it found at DB's house?
Aiding and abetting. If Danielle, if she was doing that with Trevor, definitely aiding and abetting. But she was basically hiding the boys. I'm just saying, if she would have made, she should be held for false information and all this kind of stuff. But apparently, they're not even too worried about that. Technically, I think it comes down to if Monica didn't have those boys, they'd still be both here.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were found. He was found. Sorry. The morning of May 15th. May 16th, Monica's father makes this post on Facebook. So bear with me because there's a lot of punctuation missing. I'm going to have to just read this out. All right?
Hey, buddy. I love you.
And this is still public. This is a public Facebook post. Okay? Mm-hmm. This isn't something this wasn't something that got screenshotted off of his messenger. May 16th, Monica's father. Cash and Carter are 2 little boys our daughter Monica has been taken care of since they were left with her a few weeks ago by a parent who dipped out. So he's saying they were abandoned.
Who is?
The boys. He's saying they were abandoned. This is what Monica's father is saying.
Well, I mean, technically they were.
Yeah. For Cash, 4 years old.
Sparrow, I heard that.
What's that, hon?
I just said, Night Sparrow, I heard that. About Monica's mom, just as crazy as Monica is.
Oh, yeah. For Cash, 4 years old, he was abducted from their house yesterday in South Dallas, taken away from the home, raped, beaten, and stabbed to death. I've got huge problems with him putting this on Facebook. That information was never released by the police.
It hasn't been released at all still, right? Nothing about
that.
Nothing about
that. We heard about a sharp object, so we can guess how he died. But this raped and beaten, he got that from Monica. Why Monica gave him that information, I don't know. So he said they caught the 18-year-old kids, more than one.
Right.
Did it. He is behind bars and he won't see very many more days, I'm sure. Cash now lives in heaven. You will not have to worry about being abandoned no more.
I think, honestly, this is just, he knew his daughter was going to be in trouble. I think this is just his way of, hey, let's sway it all away from Monica. Let's get it all away from Monica. But I think possibly maybe they know more information than what was said. But I have never heard rape from anyone else.
No, and who would even say that? I mean, would
an idiot, a meth head?
I mean, would he actually make this up and put this on a Facebook post? I mean,
yeah, he sounds like an idiot.
He was murdered.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it sounds like he's an idiot.
What do you think, Lily?
Well, I do find it odd that he was posting on Facebook in the immediate aftermath. Like, most people are grieving and supporting other people who are grieving. So I always find it weird when a family member, especially like his dynamic was he would have been like a grandfather family member. I just would have thought that he would have tried to be more reasonable than to throw all that on Facebook.
I don't think the thing is, and Lily, I'm having a hard time. Can you hear me okay?
It must be my connection because you're breaking up too. That's why I keep using the mic, hoping that it helps you guys.
I'm sorry.
I can actually hear you guys fine. I don't know. Must be an
I
echo.
can hear Brooke's fine, but okay. Well, what I was saying, Lily, is like I don't think in regards to common sense, I don't think he has much. Whether it's getting older or substances, but I think when it comes to those kind of people, I don't want anybody jumping on my ass for saying those kind of people. I think they're trash. But I think when it comes to those kind of people, basically, there's not much, not much left you can think of. Like, they literally give the whole story plus some just to get attention.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, Lily? Lily?
I think she muted her mic again. I think she's having trouble.
I said I do agree with that, and I think there are different kind of people for sure. I bet you could go to her house 7 days out of the week, and all 7 days different people would be there.
Oh yeah. Now, does she have a job or anything?
Who, Monica?
Yeah.
I'm guessing no.
Okay. I wonder if some was, drugs.
Well, and Kurt did have I actually didn't mean to say his name. Monica's father. He had a comment because he's actually been actively arguing with people on his page. And he had a comment saying that Monica doesn't have custody of her children because she had a child die of SIDS. Unfortunately, children have died of SIDS, and they don't lose all their kids. So something more is there. The girls in Carter with their mom and grandma.
Oh, that's good. They've laid him to rest then.
Ashley, do you know if Trevor was at the funeral?
I mean, so last I heard that he wasn't supposed to be at the funeral or something like that. But wasn't he also just worried about getting himself turned in?
Oh, well, yeah. That's kind of the whole reason that the kids were with Monica, from what I'm gathering.
Well, that's what I'm saying. No, they shouldn't be with him at all. But what I'm saying is, like, that's the only reason he was worried about going to the funeral and then having him arrested. I mean, if that was my kid and they didn't want me at the funeral, I'm still going to be there. Call the cops. They ain't going to do much if you don't, they're going to let you actually stand there and at least pay respect to your son.
Heck, if that was my kid, I would have ran to the remaining child to make sure he was being comforted.
But remember, he didn't even come out. Everybody's looking for this man. And all he's worried about is himself, and it's very clear.
And how bad is this warrant? I mean, are we talking about going to jail for years and years, or is it kind of a check in, take a picture, pay a fine, and go home? What is going on here that he has gone through all of this?
Right.
I didn't see a thing about what the warrant was, and I forget now. But I think it's like a substantial amount of jail time, but not so much that like the kids were going to grow up without him.
Well, how long can you hide?
Right.
And then exactly, it's for rehab, but it's a court order. So he left his twins with Monica because he doesn't want to go to rehab. Or was he in rehab?
I didn't know that came out. I thought he went to go find a job. I didn't know that came out.
Yeah, but he said he couldn't find a job in Dallas. Get the hell out of here.
Dude, no, you were just evading the law.
Find a job in Dallas. You can't find a job in Dallas.
I mean, I think it's pretty clear to everybody he was just evading the law. Do not tell us you're looking for a damn job. At least Mama could hold a job.
Yeah, good for her.
Well,
all right. So on May 17th,
better on the road with her.
Yeah, exactly. So on May 17th, Monica's dad decides to update the public. Rather than grieving, letting the detectives do their job, the media. All right, so here comes Monica's dad, May 17th. An update for now. The kid that abducted him was 18 years old. My daughter has video of him on her surveillance, taking him from the home while everyone was sleeping. I don't believe that. He slipped in the house without anyone noticing and took him around 5-something in the morning. My knowledge, a friend was with him who recorded the whole incident and back to the house with him again because they planned on taking Carter, his twin brother, and doing the same thing. Who's the other 18-year-old that recorded all of this? That's 2 days in a row. Her dad put stuff out on Facebook that it's insane.
Yeah, well, the only thing is I do believe if there was another one, this kid would have already given it up.
Of course, with the Daily Mail, with their cash register open. I haven't even gotten to that.
Oh.
Of course. I mean, this did not happen. But see, this is Monica feeding her family lies.
Yep. They want attention.
And they're taking the bait and they're putting it on Facebook. What they didn't realize is the internet does what the internet does. And you've got people from all over the world dragging him and battling him, saying this is not true.
Right.
What is this? My theory only, I put this right here. My only theory is that Trevor knew the court was going to give Mindy custody and he was not happy. I have not heard this from anyone. And that's a lot of people's speculation, Ashley.
Oh, yeah.
In all honesty. All right. So again, back to Monica's dad. After the police picked him up and the other boy who were seeing more people's porch videos a couple blocks down, the other kid turned over his phone recordings to the police showing them what happened because he reported the whole thing. What? We have one video that Monica sold to the Daily Mail, and that's of DB taking cash from the crib. And if that's not enough to make your jaw drop, what is her dad talking about?
I don't think he knows, hon.
I don't know. It sounds to me like he's saying somebody actually recorded the killing of Cash.
You got to remember, though, also people that do drugs, people that like to partake in different substances are very paranoid, very paranoid. And I think he was just putting all this out there to make sure no one blamed Monica. No one put any blame on his daughter. So I'm going to give you guys extra details. That's what I think happened.
Well, and if there's a video of this murder, then DB's attorney, by the way, DB, for those that don't know, he has been charged with kidnapping and burglary where it pertains to Cash right now. If something else went down in the last 24 hours, I don't know about
Murder?
it.
He hasn't been charged with murder yet?
Nope, but his attorney says they have the wrong guy and that he is schizophrenic.
Okay, well, you just shot yourself in the ass there. What is it, wrong guy or he skips?
Yeah, I guess both.
But if he hasn't been charged with murder yet?
No.
Huh.
Okay, yeah, Night Sparrow. Yeah, I did hear that. That's actually her stepfather. We actually have
really?
in the group that was dug up about her real father, and he's got some charges that aren't too cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not prepared to go into that right now. So then we have, so that was May 17th from Monica's stepfather. On the 18th, she sells the video to the Daily Mail. Now, this is after she had already gotten a friend who had no ill intentions of starting a GoFundMe to bury her quote-unquote son.
God.
It got to $120, and this woman shut it down because she was getting all kinds of flack because the internet does what the internet does.
Right. But she didn't know the whole situation either, did she?
No, and I felt very, you know what, anybody that gets drug in these situations, I feel terrible for them because they just don't know what people do.
Hell, I get nasty messages sometimes just for speaking my opinion.
I know you do. I've seen them. They're actually entertaining. Not gonna lie, I've had a lot of laughs.
They are entertaining. I bring something to the table.
So then on the 19th, pictures of Cash and Carter's quote-unquote bedroom are shared with the Daily Mail. Why she sold these pictures, I don't know. As if she wasn't get drugged hard enough. This is a baby crib that she's got 2 4-year-olds in.
Right.
It's one thing if they're there for the afternoon. I mean, you take, the mattress out, lay on it.
I guess I can't agree with that one only because at least she had a bed for them.
Yeah. Don't sell the pictures.
Oh, no. Especially with it looking like that, little shithead.
No, I mean, I'm looking at I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how to put pictures and stuff up yet, so just bear with me. But I'm looking at this right now, and I'm like, these are like broken baby toys.
Yeah, and then she definitely shouldn't have been sending that. And didn't she put that video out without, like, Ellie's permission?
Yeah, exactly. She did. But then I'm right back to what she told her stepfather, and he put out there that there is another kid out there that took a video on his phone and gave that phone to law enforcement. So is this a lie or did this happen? Because let's face it, the police don't update us like we like. You know what I mean?
Right. Lily, are you still here?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
So then also in this, okay, so back to the accused for kidnapping, burglary only right now. His mom made a very public post. She spoke with DB's mom. She said he was home all weekend. Now, I
Yeah,
mean, we say
but I've
things.
also heard he didn't live there.
I'm kind of wondering what was going on there.
Yeah. I wonder when everything actually comes out if Monica was actually sleeping with him.
Well, that's an odd story because her earlier accounts of DB is she barely knew him. Then it was that she told him to stay away.
Right.
Now we have that he actually was living with her parents for a little while. I think I read that. And then there's a neighbor, yes, somewhere in the neighborhood that
DB was living with her parents?
that was the comment in the group, and I need to ask the lady to clarify. So then back in February, there's a man in the neighborhood. DB, I guess, broke into his house, kicked down the door. I don't know. He said he was looking for his girlfriend. When the girlfriend
he was going after the kid, right?
Yeah, when the girlfriend wouldn't go with him, he grabbed the 2-year-old granddaughter of the neighbor off the couch.
Yeah.
She was asleep, startled, put her back down. So Monica begs the neighbor not to press charges. I don't know if he called the police. I don't know all that.
I bet that neighbor feels like shit right now, too.
Because he was having a psychotic break. Was Monica the neighbor's girlfriend? Is that who DB was looking for?
Oh, I haven't heard anything about that. I read that DB lived at Monica's house for 10 months while Monica was in jail. So did his brother.
And everything. Yeah.
His brother? Isn't his brother younger? Ashley, so much of this could be all BS, but all we got now is hearsay.
Yeah. So I'm thinking when DB went down to the neighbor's house in February, now mind you, this is before the twins moved in with her. So she knew there was problems in the neighborhood and still took the twins.
Yep. I think she honestly just saw dollar signs.
Yeah, but I mean, how much was there? I mean, how much could Trevor or his mom?
$20 a week. I think $20 a week is good to her, honestly.
I gotcha.
Oh, so the other brother's 17? Wow. So did the mom just not care that the 17, 18-year-old were gone and living with somebody else?
I would be really curious to see his juvenile record. How long has he been 18? Because there's not a lot on him.
I don't think I know, like most states, you will never get the juvenile record.
Yeah, I mean, I believe you. I just figured somebody might show up and say, hey, he got in trouble for this too.
Oh, I think it'll all come out in court. Definitely. Or people will bring it out, or long distance family members probably. I would love to see it too. I'm sure. I know he's been in juvie a couple times.
Yeah, because I mean, he's 18. I mean, his juvenile record wouldn't be sealed. And the media has said nothing about it. And I'm kind of wondering when.
Oh, technically, when he was a juvenile, it would be sealed, huh?
Even though he's 18 now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when did this psychotic break happen with him? If he's schizophrenic and he's been on medication and all of these things, who was taking his medication to where he's having all these breaks? This happens suddenly from what we've seen.
I don't know much about schiz, but also I heard I like past of dealing with people with this. It's very strange. It's very weird. It's very scary for the other person dealing with it. But I've heard that they literally don't want to take their medicine. They don't.
My sister is schizophrenic. So
okay.
I've lived with that for the last, I don't know, 25 years. And it can look several different ways. But like I still can't even imagine, because my sister never wanted to kill anybody or killed anybody or even used any kind of terminology of I need the blood of a child to survive or anything like that.
Oh my God.
Well, and then we're back to what Monica's dad posted publicly on Facebook. This wasn't an announcement privately to their inner circle of friends and family. He said Cash was kidnapped, raped, beaten, stabbed. And here we are. We're almost a month from this horrific murder. We've never heard this. I mean, to me, that's just crazy that he put up 2 posts on the 16th and then the 17th with information, and he keeps it up that no one's ever heard. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
So then, I mean, after the murder, we have the whole, oh, Danielle, I'm sorry. So then we get to the GoFundMe and the funeral debacle. Monica, like we said, she had a friend that did a GoFundMe for the funeral expenses. Now, before we get hairy on that, every state has a victims compensation fund.
mm-hmm.
And this is a back and forth we've had in groups that I'm a member of, groups that I've started. And, you know, you get people arguing, well, what if they wanted a headstone? Well, then you raise for a headstone.
Right.
Say we had a compensation fund, that's all it'll do. But when it comes to fundraising, money, the internet, you have to be transparent. You have to say, when you part with your dollar, this is what it's going for.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Monica had no business starting a GoFundMe, but her friend did not know. And she was not trying to do anything bad. She
was a friend.
a little bit. She was just trying to be a friend. And
I don't think she was a friend though. I thought it was a stranger on Facebook.
I think somehow there's a connection like between their kids. Like their kids know each other.
Oh, okay. All right.
Either way,
it got told real quick.
$120. And the woman realized, no, I can't do this. Because she was getting probably who knows what kind of harassment. So then Mindy's sister, and she doesn't even live in this country. Where did everybody go? Anyway, she doesn't even live in this country. And she started a GoFundMe funeral costs. And it's up to like $13,900 roughly right now. And this is where the transparency comes in. Again, she's trying to do the right thing. She's trying to help out her sister, help out her mom, you know, take the load off, you know, financially. What she didn't know is that a few days later, screenshots were going to come out between her mother and Trevor's sister saying that money is going to be used for Mindy to get settled while she's grieving and things like that. So then here comes the internet. They're pissed. They're like, no, we were putting in money for a service. So then Ashley starts a GoFundMe, and it's got about $2,200 in it now, just so their family can do their part. And that was actually really nice of Trevor's sister, because they were told not to even show their faces at the funeral. And his sister had been telling people, donate to their fund. Let's see, I gotta do this. What is this?
There we go.
Add?
Can you hear me?
Add. There you go. Yeah, so here Trevor's sister, she's telling people, donate to their fund. Donate. And this woman's getting drug hard. People are like, why didn't you take the kids? She's their aunt. She has their own family. She didn't know. I mean, why are you asking this woman these questions?
Gosh.
I mean, her brother is either running from a warrant or trying to find a job. We don't know. You think he filled her in on the details?
His family just was more pro Trevor than they were pro Cash. It's very obvious.
It seems like a lot of enabling behavior.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I know for a fact if I was out doing this and neglecting my children and being an addict, I know my parents say, screw you, Amber. We got the kid. We got your kid now.
Yeah, enjoy your warrant and looking for work. I got the kid.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to children, you just don't play.
No, it's crazy.
Right, Ashley, definitely.
So I believe Mindy's sister, she has disabled the GoFundMe. It looks like from what I could see, Trevor's sister, that one's still open. There was a comment somewhere in the group that money's already been transferred to Mindy's mom for the funeral. I mean, it's neither here nor there how they figure it out. It just takes the balls of a burglar for Monica to start her own fund.
Right.
I don't know why she did this. I also want to discuss how did this happen? Okay, so he was taken out of the crib at 5 a.m. Now, did she or did she not, I've seen the paperwork, file a police report or call the police at 6:37 that morning about a burglary? And then a few hours later, the jogger, God bless her heart, found her. Could you imagine being that woman?
Absolutely not.
No, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and you're right, Ashley, because yeah, none of them had any self-realization. Because here's the thing, Leslie is still posting on Facebook about her grandson. You don't take ownership of a child like this.
I believe they have no common sense, and they just think the more they say, the better it's going to be. And what they don't realize is the more they say, they're about ready. I mean, literally, it's going to put Monica in the slammer. RC, what's confusing to you, hon?
Grab the link, RC.
Oh, where is it? If she thought there was a break-in, why didn't she check on the boys? RC, that is such a perfect question. Let's please talk about that. Okay, at 6:30, when she initially called 911, correct? Around that time, why would you not check on your children? Why would you not just go make sure everything's okay? I don't get it. It weighs on my mind as well.
Yeah,
It's like
I'm not going to call the police unless I got out of bed, looked around. I mean, the wind can blow something and make it sound like a burglar.
Right, what? But yeah, she's right. The wind can blow and it can sound like a burglar, and there's all kinds of weird stuff going on in that house. But she called to report a burglary. Did she not notice Cash wasn't there? And how many of you guys have dogs?
Right. That's crazy too. And if he was that familiar with the house, he knew those dogs were there. So I don't get it.
Well, but there's a girl that, okay, I would love to know the girl that is taking all the pictures and everything. She's been great at updating the group and everything.
Yeah, she's on.
Yeah, is she on here or not?
I don't know. I sent her the link, but I don't know what people do on a Saturday.
Yeah, exactly right, RC. So the dogs are acting a fool to everybody else. But again, if DB was not a stranger, why would they throw a fit? Why would they, bark and growl? Yeah, the dog's new brown. That's the only thing I can think of, because nobody was barking. There was no barking, nothing. Oh, but RC, that does weigh on my mind so bad about why does she not even check on the children? And it goes also, let's go back to, because basically she was hiding them in that room.
Well, and my thing is, I've never had a burglar at my house. I've had like some things like, oh my gosh, what's going on? You check on your kids first. But it's almost like, to me, like she knew he had left with Cash. She had to cover herself. So she calls the police about a burglary. Doesn't even mention Cash.
No, not at all.
Then when Cash is found by the jogger, she says, he's her son. A very early article, I want to say it was by the Dallas Morning News. I got to look real quick. They even mentioned it in the article, so obviously someone else finds it odd that when they were speaking to her, she said, "I'm their mom." And then they said after further conversation, it came out she was their caregiver. Well, why the hell didn't she say that in the first place?
Right. Well, she left so much out. And there's, I mean, two things you're going to contradict yourself in. You're going to lie to the police, yet you're going to tell your family this shit, and they're just going to make it even worse by posting stuff that no one knew or no one should ever know until, you know, until it goes to trial, basically. So.
Well, and her son as well. When he talked to the Daily Mail, and by the way,
Ashley Cameron is so sketchy.
Videos, pictures, exclusive interviews, those are paid for by the Daily Mail. So she could have made up to $5,000. I don't know. But her son even said he was my little brother.
Right.
So what is going? You all knew that he wasn't going to be there forever. Right? I mean, did they not all understand he wasn't going to be there forever?
Right.
And if they thought he was going to be there forever, why were the twins still in cribs on what looks like a makeshift enclosed back patio with no toys or broken toys or baby toys?
Both those boys in that crib just bothered the heck out of me.
Thank you.
It's not that I disagree with what you're saying, but also at least they were in a bed. She could have had them in that room with nothing at all.
Yeah, and I'm actually shocked about the bed. And then I found out later it's actually her grandson's or grandchild's bed.
Yeah.
Exactly,
right.
Danielle. The AC over the crib. I mean,
okay, I didn't see that. Oh, gosh.
So I don't know what's going to happen with this. I mean, I keep thinking, do you guys think Monica's actually going to catch a charge?
Okay, so my question is, has the toxicology came back? Like I said, I haven't been around lately.
As far as I know, no.
Okay, so that's probably what they're waiting for on the murder charge. Do I also think, even though they say Monica's been cleared, mind you, she's been cleared of not murdering him. I mean, what could have been? Yeah, I hope to God they get negligence. I hope something like that happens. False information to law enforcement. There's so many things. I hope Trevor gets negligence. I hope. I can only pray that he does. He is the reason, him and Monica is the reason all of this happened in the beginning.
Oh, I agree. He had no business. I mean,
Twinkles, you are probably right.
I mean, a babysitter is one thing. When you watch them, I've got a job interview. But this was dumping the boys off like stray dogs while he hid from a warrant.
Yeah, I wish like his mom and dad and sister would be truthful and tell us, why didn't you guys want the kids? Why was it okay? Because if I would have left my kids with somebody no one knew, basically, or had known her for years and knew she was a drug addict, my dad would disown me and take him in.
Oh, there'd be no question. I don't have grandkids, but I mean, I know that I wouldn't just dump my kids off.
No, I'm just saying, my dad literally, all of us are police officers, literally said when we started, having kids or whatever, look, you got one responsibility, and it's to make sure that kid is great until he's out of college. And that I won't screw with you, but you screw up, and it's fuck you. I've already raised you. I got the kid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's also, I raised you so that you wouldn't be a shit parent and
Yep.
drop your kids off like a pack of dogs.
Yeah. I mean, if that was my parents, they would be, and that was speaking to the public. First of all, they wouldn't have been speaking to the public. But secondly, they would have disowned her. Like just enabling her and sticking up for her. Not cool, not good. Literally, a little boy was killed in your custody.
Right.
Right.
And it's a kid you knew. She knew him. He
Right,
was in and out of the house. You know, and if it comes out he solely did this on his own, he had a break, he just grabbed cash and did this awful thing, that's one thing. But you don't let seedy characters hang around your house. And I heard Trevor's side say they never dated. See, I've been wondering about that. Is this true? What is this that she's
I
an
heard
ex?
that too.
Who leaves your kids with an ex?
The thing is, though, they probably would have been better off not to say that shit, because now it just sounds like he abandoned them with nobody. Why are they coming out and saying they never dated? I mean, honestly, it looks even worse on you, Trevor. I don't know how it possibly could, but believe me, it keeps getting worse.
Nancy Grace says this is like other kidnappings, like Elizabeth Smart. Well, Nancy Grace, I get it.
Yeah.
I just, ever since Nancy Grace, I think Casey Anthony really screwed Nancy Grace's mind up.
Oh, yeah. I was just watching her today.
I mean, honestly, I was listening to a podcast of hers the other day, and she goes, this reminds me of Tot Mom. And I'm like, this has nothing to do with Casey Anthony. Seems nothing like it. Elizabeth Smart was kidnapped out of her bedroom by a handyman that the parents hired. This right. DB knows Monica. It's 100% DB's fault that he took cash. Nobody helped him. But there's a million cameras all around that house, but nobody locked the door. He had a key.
Right. But who said it? I think it was Twinkles. Yeah. I think she whipped up that room up days before. That's very possible, especially if she knew what was going to happen. I'm not saying she did. I'm not saying she didn't. We really don't know yet until everything's done. I really do wish they would give Monica, Cameron, some lie detectors. I really do. I understand they're not admissible in court, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to law enforcement, it literally gives you a which, like, ooh, okay, now I know where she is. If she's like, sorry, my voice is cracking. If I know, like, she's being deceptive, okay, then she's going to lie about other things. When it comes to law enforcement, it gives us a place to stand at least. Mm-hmm. If you all know what I'm saying, sorry. Okay.
Oh, this is very true, Danielle. He didn't grab and run either. He stood there for a while before he took him. And then when he came back, he was all calm and comfortable. So
isn't that part of schizophrenia though? I mean,
we've got him for kidnapping. We've got him for burglary. Yeah,
Ashley, and apples and oranges, definitely.
I mean, so what about murder? There's something going on there.
I think, honestly, they're waiting for the talks. That's what I think.
Well, and I mean, we saw in the video, I mean, how, the boys put themselves in the crib. They laid down. The fact that Monica knew that he tried to snatch a 2-year-old. And in my opinion, Monica was there. I think she was the girlfriend. I think she was the one he was looking for. I think she's the one that told the neighbor, don't press charges, don't do anything. So she knew that he tried to grab a 2-year-old. Why did she not think he might try to grab a 4-year-old?
Right.
Or 2 4-year-olds? And let's not forget, she has a grandchild. She knows.
Yeah, let's not forget also the door was completely unlocked.
Well, he had a key.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, I was reading earlier in the comments. He had a key.
Damn.
I mean, my God. So not only do you know, because I guess she gave him a key so he wouldn't break one of her doors like he did the neighbor a block down.
I mean, but she needs to stop lying then. Like, God, I can't stand her. I don't even like the lies. Yeah.
Twinkles, what do you mean she needs to stop grooming? She's been grooming him. Grab the link. I want to talk about this.
DB. Yep. I don't know. I mean, stopping the grooming. He's 18, but I'm sure she definitely played a part in all this.
Well, I mean, what she's saying really is, I mean, makes a lot of sense to me.
Yep. Oh, no, yeah. Okay. I'm trying to look up Cash. Here we go. Is she getting on, Twinkles?
I think so. Hang on one second. I got to go in the other room and I can connect this. Don't go away, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Keep talking.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ashley. Yeah, I know talks take anywhere up to 4 months. Definitely. But I'm sorry to hear that, Ashley. Hello, Lily?
Hang on.
Is Lily not on here?
I don't know.
No, she's not.
I think Lily was having some issues with her phone or something because I don't know if it was me or what, but I kept hearing
Is
something.
Twinkle's gonna call in?
I don't know. Twinkles, did you get the link?
Nothing, buddy.
Well, I also found it interesting when they had the community meeting. It was on a Monday night, not this Monday, I think the Monday before, with the neighborhood. And then there was a detective, and she mentioned that she spoke with the prosecutor and asked if there's anything that they could put charges on Monica for. So obviously they're side-eyeing Monica. And did anybody in the group see the pictures posted of the mattresses, the rug,
Yeah.
the baby, like the baby gates? There was a ton of stuff out there. Why would she get rid of all that stuff? Is she cleaning up because of CPS? Did they say clean up your house?
I mean, I'm sure she saw all the backlash coming from it.
Oh, well, it takes more than gossip to get me to clean the shit out of my house like that. But I'm just wondering, something got her moving.
Right, but also you're not gonna. I'm sure you don't let kids live in squalor like that though either.
No, it's awful. And I'm just kind of wondering, what is she doing all day? I wonder why the man didn't press charges. Hang on. I wonder why the man didn't press charges when he tried to take the granddaughter. Because Monica asked
him not to.
And like I said, it's just my theory. I think when DB went down to the neighbor's house.
Are you good, honey? You're still hungry? Okay, hold on. Go ahead. I wonder why that man didn't press charges sometime.
I think when DB was going around the neighborhood looking for his girlfriend, that's the phrase he used. He went to that particular house, banging on the door. They said he kicked the door. I don't know. I think his girlfriend is Monica, and Monica was the one inside the house. That's just my theory. The only thing that makes sense to me. Because what girlfriend could he be looking for? Do you really think that the neighbor with a 2-year-old granddaughter had a 16-year-old at the house that's his girlfriend? And then the situation escalates and he grabs a 2-year-old? No. And then Monica convinces him not to press charges because she knows the kid, vouches for the kid, she'll talk to the kid.
Right there, vouches.
And he had a breakdown.
Right. When you vouch for a kid like that,
Like,
I think honestly there's a sexual relationship between them, or there what?
if he was my boyfriend, if he had stuff on me,
Exactly.
if I'd been taking these drugs, if we'd been doing drugs together.
Right. Well, I think the police probably were also at this point, I hope so, would say, we don't care. We don't care if you all had a relationship or not. Were you a part of this? That's all we want to know. Yes or no?
Oh, exactly.
Good job.
But I mean, are they?
Huh?
Oh, Twinkles is coming on. Hi, Twinkles.
Hi, Twinkle.
Hi, how are you?
Good. You made a very interesting point.
Yeah.
So the other attempted child abduction happened, was it 2 months prior?
Where at?
Where he tried to abduct the neighbor's child, the grandchild.
Yeah. DB. Yeah.
And Monica had defended him and said that he was having a breakdown.
Right.
I feel like she was kind of grooming him, if you understand what I'm saying. Like,
you mean to be in a sexual relationship with her?
No, like grooming as in, it's all so fishy. Like, as in what she.
What, hun?
Sorry, it cut out for a second. Yeah, it just cut out.
Honey. Yeah. Oh.
Uh-oh, maybe she'll grab the link again.
I hope. I wanted to hear more.
And like Danielle said, she's like, I see what she means.
Oh, I did. Yeah. I guess I thought she meant she was grooming him to do as she pleased, whatever. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the fact that she went to bat for him and said, don't press charges, which, hey, that's on Grandpa. That's crazy he didn't do that.
But the fact that she went to bat, I bet he feels like shit right now.
I know.
I bet he feels like shit.
Okay, sorry. I accidentally locked my phone and then.
Honey, you're fine. It sucks, these things do, honestly.
I feel like, because, if you, study her body language when she does the interview, obviously she looks tweaked, but, she's disconnected.
Yeah.
And, I've been going on a lot of different, and a lot of people have a lot of good points. So this is the only reason that I bring this up is that I feel like if she was grooming Darian for what she wanted, if you understand, manipulating him. I don't know why. Okay, this is the feeling that I got after I listened to somebody's live. That the cameras were in the room because of SA. Either Monica was afraid of it because it had happened before, or she knew what was going on.
Right.
And I also heard Carter was always told, just be quiet. It's okay. Your brother will be back. When he was taken out of the crib several times. So that wasn't nothing new to him. But that morning he knew that his brother wasn't coming back. That disconnect. I don't know. It just, a lot of people made a lot of sense on a lot of these different, the reason that there's so much speculation is because they're not releasing anything. So yeah, it does make the family look guilty, and if they're not, but I would 100% apologies.
I think it's and hun, everything you say, everything we say is all hearsay. So you don't apologize to anyone. That's the thing is they're not releasing anything, which honestly I think is smart on their part because I don't think the investigation is near done. But we're all doing hearsay at this point because we don't know. So don't apologize. It's what we're doing.
There's so much I crammed in all at once, like how to get it out without sounding like all over the place. But honestly, this case is all over the place. So it's hard to like get what I'm trying to say without
I
sounding
get
like a
what you're
lunatic.
saying.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't be embarrassed or don't feel. I mean, we're all here doing it. Same thing.
I feel like Carter, he was always it was obviously something that has been going on in the house, and I hate to even say that, but he was always told, it's okay, your brother will be back in the morning. And then, yeah, I think that twins have a connection. And that morning he knew his brother wasn't coming back because you can hear him crying out for his brother. And just like how Monica in her interview, really, she put herself out there. So she kind of asked for all of this speculation around her because of bringing the Daily Mail in and just how they conducted the interview. She was so zoned, and you notice like the disconnect. And I know, like, they say Darian Brown has schizophrenia, correct?
Right.
Okay, well, I know that I don't know if I could say this, like, the substance that Monica chooses to use
Yeah.
causes psychosis.
Meth.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
I heard it causes a lot of paranoia too.
Yes, it
100%.
does. It just I guess they go into like after so many days of being awake. I read it's called meth psychosis.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like schizophrenia. So I feel like she and Darian Brown connected on that level because she was
I see what
weak.
you're saying.
And then also her ex spoke out, which is her child's father, Landon.
Oh yeah.
And he was saying that she put cameras up because she wanted to see the traffic coming in and out of houses where they used to live in Houston, and that the house was a trap house. If you know what that means.
When did that come out? I didn't hear that.
What is that?
Molly Golightly. I
Yeah, I don't
I
listen
have
to any of
not
it.
watched her yet, and I have to watch that. I've got that on my list.
a lot of good, like, I mean, and a lot of good points, and she's spoken to a lot of the neighbors, and I mean they're all willing to come forward now because I guess Monica's kids and family and stuff are trying to make like their own little vigilante group to protect the neighborhood, but really it's just to protect the woman that is being, accused of all these things. If a child was taken out of my care, abducted out of my care and murdered, the least thing I would care about is what people were saying about me as a person. I would be just, what can I do to help? What can I mean, just the smiles in that interview, even her, just, it's nothing's genuine. And I don't know if that's just because she's disconnected, but in Molly Golightly, she did a few lives, which were really good. And her and Tiffany Marie, they, a friend of theirs went down and went to go drive past Monica's because they heard Monica's moving. And she had a bunch of stuff outside. Well, she drove past and then she went to the child's memorial and someone started following her in a silver car. She said I would stop and they would stop like a block or so back. She said then I would go turn another corner, and all of this, and they would keep following her. So they're trying to make their own little vigilante group.
Who said this?
It was somebody who went just to go and show to see if Cash's memorial had grown, and they drove past Monica's and showed she had all that stuff outside. and someone was saying she was moving. But yeah, this was on her show. This lady was just, they followed her, and she had another neighbor on there that lived next door to Darian Brown, grew up and had seen him expose himself 3 separate times.
I mean, there's no doubt that he should have been in jail.
Yeah, he definitely is guilty, but you know, like, what I want to know, like, what is his mentality? What age level is he functioning at? And they're just it's so, you could see there is more to this. It wasn't, and obviously you see that Carter wasn't scared when Darian walked in there and then in the morning.
Because he knows him. He knows him.
Exactly. It's like,
And I think that's the reason the dogs didn't freak out.
yeah, probably. So
the burglary, the dogs would have, and these aren't little dogs. These dogs would have torn him limb from limb.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, like, even if somebody pulls on I have a pit, and if somebody pulls on my neighbor's driveway, my dog's going nuts. So I'm like, oh my God, you know, like, wrong driveway, dude, stop barking. But no, he's very alert, and they're very protective of their family.
Yeah.
But they're known as vicious dogs, and they're not all. It's how you raise them, but they are very protective of family. So I just, like, when she drove past with the car, she wanted to see if all the dogs were out there. There's 4 of them.
You know what they are, honey?
When she drove past, she wanted to see if the dogs would bark, and they were barking. And they were just in the backyard.
Oh.
I did see that. There's been 2 or 3 neighbors in the group that are like, when you go by there, those dogs are barking. They're barking at just cars going by.
Yeah, I mean,
but in the video, I mean, obviously there was a door open because he got into the room. Wouldn't the dogs be barking at him, following him? My in-laws had a a pit bull, and yeah, that dog barked at anything except for at home. And I had a German Shepherd that, I mean, if it was someone that my dog recognized, you know, she'd put her head up, see, and lay back down.
Thanks, Ashley. Okay.
I know mine does too. That's why he always goes to, like, we have, you know, stairs to go to our basement. He always goes to our side door where you could see on where you go out the outside on the side from, it's hard to explain, but if he even sees somebody, like I said, in my neighbor's driveway, he will bark. So I just, and when they put, like you said, when everybody pulls past, the dogs bark. And it's obvious. I mean, everything's coming out. Did they not think this was going to happen? Because Cameron was so matter of fact on everything in that interview.
Like, I got that too.
That's how what I'm saying. That goes back to just trying to cover their tracks.
Yeah, and you notice how he touched everywhere?
Mm-hmm.
Like, making sure his hand, like, on camera, he grabbed this. And then the camera was here, and he touches it. And dude, your DNA is supposed to be all over you know, like, that's your house.
Yeah. Danielle, he said, I watched that live, the live of Molly Golightly. It's something about, Chelsea said Molly had Monica's ex and his current wife on live the other night. I would love to see that.
It is really good. And he didn't.
And who's being followed?
To watch that.
You know,
who's being followed, Danielle?
It was oh my gosh, what's her name? Oh my gosh, it's gonna kill me now. I'm having a brain fart.
Well, Molly Golightly's being followed, or who's
No, it was a friend of hers down in Texas. And
a friend of who?
Molly Golightly.
Oh. Why is she being followed?
She went to drive past. This is the second time now. that she drove
Yeah.
past Monica's and then to the memorial. And she on a whim messaged Molly and said, "Hey, I'm about to go past Monica's," and Molly went live, and that's when this all happened. That they
So
had
is her name Kim?
no, my gosh, I can think of it.
Danielle said Kim. I don't know who these people are. I guess I'm trying to figure that out.
No, my gosh, I know her name. It's not coming to me right now. I don't know why, because I'm trying to think too hard on it. Probably. Oh, I cannot think of it. Her daughter works. Her daughter's actually a cop, and she
Her
works.
name being followed was Kim. She wasn't even trying to bug them or anything.
No, she was just. I mean, and there's a lot of people driving through there.
There's a lot of people that live in the neighborhood. You know, and a horrific crime was committed. Of course they're concerned.
But one of the people, like I said, she had Daria Broad's neighbor, the first, like one of the very first I saw, and her name was Alejandro, and I don't know if you saw this. She went to go to the balloon release, and one of Monica's friends said to her, "That's the little snitch that is snitching to the YouTube lady, to this girl that was just giving Molly Golightly information." She said, "I live next to Darian Brown. We all knew he was gonna do this one day. The neighborhood was very upset. They would call the police. Police would do nothing. Just so it was a lot of neighbors that were like just ready to talk and just angry." But yeah, they had pointed her out and, and not like kind of like tried to intimidate her. And I feel bad for that girl because she was just speaking on her experiences, with Darian. And then you have it with Benny taking her edibles and pizza after the balloon release. He's a YouTuber.
Okay, I heard that, and I'm like, did that real? Oh my god. Okay, I
Yes,
heard.
and he's helping her fix up the house.
Wow. Okay.
No,
And,
he did not have an ankle monitor. That
nope,
was said.
Jesse, that came out at the community meeting. He did not. He did not have an ankle monitor on. So I don't know where that came
It'd
from.
be a lot different story right now if he did.
See, like I don't know how their state runs on charges, but in my state, we're not like if someone is indicted on child endangerment, they're not told. It's called a secret indictment, and then they go arrest them. They don't, they present what they have to a grand jury.
Well, I don't think they're going to release any information at this point, and I think that's very smart on their part because I think there's so much more to this.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, they're going to be under investigation, the police themselves, because of the lack of, all these people were coming to you about this.
That's not really law enforcement's job, though.
Well, when they're calling the police, and they're not doing anything about him bashing out, breaking in the neighbors' cars, and I'm sorry, but I guess he did call the police when they tried to abduct the child. And
I thought Monica didn't want him to press charges or anything.
Yes, and she said, "Please, he's just having a mental breakdown. I'm working with him, please." And that was just, that right there was a big red flag. Like, I feel like you were grooming him, and like to do what you want. Like, I'm sorry, her ex-husband, or her child's father, I don't know if they were married. But her ex-husband said, and he was very respectful and wasn't trying to. It was a very good interview. You guys should all listen to it. He said she is a good mother, but she is crazy. Like, would punched him in the face while they were driving, and like, woo. cops. But no, somebody always he said somebody there was always several people in the house. He did live in the house that her and her parents lived in. That the parents are on, you know, drugs as well. It is I would really suggest watching that interview, and I don't think she would mind if you even
The Molly Golightly one.
yeah, with
Okay. Well, I have a
Amanda's
question.
father.
I have a question for Danielle and Chelsea. Kim the one that posted all the
Yes.
pictures and updates for us? It is?
Kib is the one that drove past and took the picture.
Yeah, I'd like to get her on here.
She is such a nice lady. She does crime scene cleanup.
Oh, really?
Yes, and actually she showed, and
That's
this
what I
is
should
what
do
really
instead.
made it all like it made me sick to my stomach, where they pressure wash, and mind you, it was raining hard. They had to pressure wash where you could see his little and this is awful, but you could see where he was left in the road and where they pressure washed to down the road to where he was brought. So he had to have been carried.
Right. I guess it's already on video though, on like Ring or something on the doorbells that he was dropped in the middle of the road by him.
They would release
Well,
that?
I've heard two different things. I've heard that it was out in a field, and it's a theory that little Cash got up and was like walking towards the road to get help. Because mind you, all we know is that a pocket knife was found. Now, I mean,
I heard he had bite marks on his face.
I did too. So, I mean, can you kill somebody with a pocket knife? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, a child, you would think.
Skin's hard to break. And I'm just like, a pocket knife?
And for some reason, I'm hearing that there was a gun involved as well. And I don't know why that was brought up, but yeah, I just, and if you watch that video and watch him on the other videos of cameras, like the neighbor's night camera vision of like him peeking in yards and stuff, how he walks is different than the night that I just don't know that that's Darian in the video, and Cameron is a sketch.
I do think it's DB. For some odd, I really do.
In
Seeing
the
that he's
nighttime?
also on the Ring camera.
In the Ring?
Yeah, no, I'm saying in the surveillance video on the Ring cameras, it all kind of goes together. In my just from being in law enforcement, I'm saying that's how I feel. But and honestly, that's also just what's on top. They have yet to dig really into this. It's only been open for what, 19 days, 20 days.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more.
But they haven't released like a press, like they did they
found a gun at DB's house. Why didn't you use it?
This is the thing that's also bad is that the media outlets are all coming out with conflicting information. That it first shows that there was a knife found at Monica's address that was bloody and wrapped up, and it shows her address. That's where they found it. But then there's people are saying they must have got that wrong. So it's just
but I heard it was at Monica's house, and then one person said that it was actually found at DB's house. But the tissue paper and the pocket knife were found at Monica's house. That's what
it's listed as. The address is listed. That's where it was found.
And what is this Night Sparrow? What are they talking about a gun? This is the first I'm hearing of a gun.
Yeah, I literally just messaged you and said, "What? There's a gun found." Like, why did he use that? Why did he not use that?
I don't know if it was involved in the crime, but it was recovered. Now, I don't know if you saw the post Monica's stepdad or dad put out about, my daughter took these children in and did her best to care for them, and just kind of like on a defensive, but he was saying that the child was, you know, essayed and, you know,
Now hold up.
brutally-
Okay, are you talking about when Monica's stepdad said he was raped?
yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure you didn't hear
And
something like anything official. Okay.
I was told, I mean, I was told also that there's a sex offender that lives with Monica,
Oh boy.
registered. And I got, okay, so what I got so far is there was 13 people living in that house, and one of them was registered as a sex offender. It's just like, why can't they
Amber,
release-
my baby mama. Jessica. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine.
I just was like, what?
There
I'm
wouldn't
trying to
be
write
all
down
this,
things.
all this speculation wouldn't be around, but also these news outlets like the Daily Beast and the Daily Mail, all that, you know, they're releasing information, but also everything is, it's so, everything is different. It's like there's so many different versions that they're releasing. Like, no, I didn't know him. He was there the day before. But now we find out, no, dude, like, had a house key and crap. You know, like, why aren't the police speaking on any of this? And what I feel like also is they're waiting for Monica to mess up. She's not cleared. None of them are cleared. They're just telling you that because they want you to mess up. You know?
Yeah, just me. I'd like to see the link too, definitely.
Well, and also,
Hey, that's the first time I've heard of it.
I don't even know where people are getting that Monica's cleared. I haven't read anything.
That's what I read, is that she was cleared by LE. That
Oh,
Cameron
okay.
her. But mind you, she's just cleared of that act itself. Let's talk
Yes.
about all the acts that happened before.
Harboring a fugitive, not telling people where these boys are.
How long?
Yeah.
Wait, was she harboring a fugitive? When did his warrants go?
Trevor was a fugitive.
I know, but wasn't Trevor in Houston supposedly?
There's many people that have said he was with her the whole time.
So he wasn't in Houston.
Oh my gosh,
So he wasn't in Houston?
I mean, okay.
His own words, if you can believe him, after he couldn't find a job in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, he went down to Houston.
And they're going to be collecting all of her, you know, her digital footprints to see when they were last in communication. You know, they're going to see all of that. So,
yeah,
I don't like. She's not very smart, obviously. But
no,
I just
none of them are.
How could you leave your children with somebody who doesn't even have custody of their own children?
Right.
She doesn't have custody of her kids.
But
And
unfortunately, people don't care.
Girlfriend. I don't believe she's an ex-girlfriend.
I don't either. I believe they you know,
I'm reading just published June 1st. Who is Monica Sherrod? Monica Sherrod is reportedly the girlfriend and Cash's father. 4-year-old Cash and twin brother were staying in Sherrod's Mountain Creek home near Dallas. I don't know.
I think they were just druggy buddies.
Yeah.
You know, but
what I'm saying also, it would have been better for them not to tell everybody that they were never boyfriend and girlfriend though either, because that just leads to more speculation.
Monica's ex said she is a very, like, he would go to work and she would sit outside of his work and watch him.
Oh, I thought that was her ex.
Her ex, the one she has a child with, said, like, gave a lot on her character. He said, you know, she would sit out there. She was very abusive towards him. He felt he had to stay because of the kids. She was jealous of his relationship with the kids because he would spend time with them. She like stalked them. And he said, but you know, like he said she is a good mother. He said that she didn't have custody of them, that Leslie did, her mother. And that when he found out that Leslie was not even living with Monica, that he stopped all support or living with the kids. He stopped the support because he wasn't going to keep paying for their drug habit because it wasn't going towards.
I heard that too. Not that he said that, but a member of the group messaged and said all of this house of cards fell when her stepdad and mom left her and the kids at that house and they moved somewhere else.
Yeah.
The house went from, properly cleaned to a mess. I mean,
yeah, you had to figure out
the apartment needed mess.
There's how many people living there. That is, even though they say 6 bedrooms, it's not 6 bedrooms. But if you look at the floor plan, that's a lot.
A living room is not a bedroom.
What? Yeah, that was not a bedroom at all.
No, a living room is not a bedroom. If people are sleeping on the floor, that's not a bedroom.
No.
The back patio or wherever that crib was, whatever that is, with the air conditioner hanging in there.
That was like a Florida room.
Yeah,
I don't know what you guys call them, but do you know what I'm talking about?
What?
Yeah.
What is it?
Like where I live, we call them Florida rooms.
It's like an enclosed patio.
Sunroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was not a bedroom.
No, what's next? The garage? Come on. You going to sleep on the concrete floor? Nuts. No. A bedroom is a bedroom.
And there was that door to exit in their room to the backyard.
Right, Janine, the sunroom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I just want justice for this poor child. And I don't know, Darian Brown's lawyer, how he spoke. He's the only one who's really given information. So, of course, everyone does think Darian, yes, he is where he needs to be. He definitely needs to be in jail. But from what I understand is he has no recollection at all of this, of the crime. And he said that he will prove his client's innocence, and he just can't wait for all of the information and the neighbors that contributed, all of that to come forward.
Yeah, the attorney's saying it's not him in the video.
Yeah.
And the reason in the group people go back and forth. Is this Monica's son? Is this DB? Who is this? And we love the discussion. We love the back and forth and, bouncing things off of each other.
Yeah.
The one conversation, and I'm going to just be honest about this, we had to shut down. We had several people saying that DB is in jail because of the color of his skin.
No.
I don't believe that. I know that these terrible things happen, but that is not a discussion we're going to have.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have brought that up to a lot of other people.
Wait, what discussion we're not going to have? Sorry.
That DB's in jail because of the color of his skin.
Oh my God, no, we are not. Because I am not going to hear about it.
We just there's so much discussion because they're not saying anything, and it was weird.
What are you saying?
That interview she released was weird. Her son Cameron, that was all weird.
Chelsea, I call him Mudroom too. Yeah.
That's all we had to go on.
That thing is, I hope it doesn't come down to that being the reason that he gets out. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think that will be. I
do right now in this day and age. I do.
True, yeah, but I
got to live with that every day at work. So, yeah.
It does. It is. You are right, but I think a lot of people are siding with Darian Brown right now, but not siding with him, but only because his lawyer had released that, spoke out. And it's not that, it's just they want the information. Like, what is going on? This is insanity.
Right.
It is insanity, but if it wasn't for Monica selling her information to the Daily Mail. Okay, it's one thing.
She
One
sold it?
thing when the jaded girlfriend from the Jason Collier story sold her stuff. No harm, no foul. It's crazy. It's shady,
So
but whatever.
Monica made money off of it?
Yeah, the Daily Mail
Oh, yeah.
pays.
Daily
Wow.
Mail and the Sun pay. In America, you can't make money off of that.
Wow.
But she sold the video. She gave them a tour of the house. That's where we got the pictures from the bedroom. We know it was a baby crib, broken baby toys. That's where everyone saw the
Hey,
mess.
kids.
We're like, yeah, what's going on here?
Oh, that was just. I just can't. And you know what? I feel like that room was really put together. I want to know, like, how much surveillance footage do they have? Because if she just had them installed, like 2 months ago, like she said, then there has to be more footage. So, how long has that room been there or put together? Or so-called room? Not even a room. I can't even say that because that's not a room for children at all.
No, but like what Danielle
I
said,
don't
it
think
looks like
it
a
was
mudroom
ever
for
put
Chelsea.
Say that again. Sorry, officer.
Like Chelsea said, it looks like a mudroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garden room. Yeah.
I guess they let the dogs out that door where the room is, like to go to the restroom. So
I just think she gets negligence charged at least.
she has to get something because she knew. I mean, if Darian Brown had a key, and she knows obviously that he just tried to abduct a child 2 months prior because she spoke for him. There's too much. And like in Cameron's interview, he says he knew him from school and that there's no reason for this. There's no reason for retaliation. Like, why would you even say that? No,
because they're meth addict or like whatever substances they partake in, they literally are trying to cover every track of no story because there's not stories out there. The only stories that are out there of what they're putting in people's mind. It's called paranoia.
And that's going to come back to bite them in the ass.
100% it is.
And
she doesn't stop talking. Neither does he at all.
No, and she doesn't. I don't understand this whole vigilante thing that she's trying to create her. And it's not even for the neighborhood. It's just because of her. Like, let's protect the woman that didn't protect these children. No. The neighbors aren't going to stand for that.
And ladies, tell me if I'm wrong here. She had a one-on-one conversation with the neighbor who DB tried to get into his house looking for DB's girlfriend, who I still say was Monica. I think Monica was hanging out there. Grabbed the 2-year-old. She, instead of calling the police and saying, yeah, he needs help, she vouched for him, let him go.
Right, Chelsea.
The whole 9 yards. So why would she bring 2 4-year-olds into her house and let DB around them?
No, I couldn't say. And like a lot of what her ex has or Lyndon's father says, like I keep referring to this interview, it helps to understand a lot about her and like the way she lived.
Well, we know how she lived. She doesn't have a job. She lost custody of her kids. She was living with her parents. They moved somewhere else. They left her with the house. We don't know how it was being paid for.
I thought I read it was Section 8.
I guess I think she might be being evicted, honestly.
I thought it was Section 8 that paid it. That's what I read.
Huh.
Well, she can't get Section 8 if she doesn't have custody, though.
She has custody of some of the kids, doesn't she?
None. Is what I said.
Cameron?
He's an adult.
Yeah.
I thought he was 17.
He's a father.
He's an adult.
I thought he was 17.
No, he's 18 and he has a child.
Yeah.
And I knew about the child, but 12-year-olds are having child today.
Oh, true, yeah. But no. And then I guess that after all this GoFundMe stuff, her daughter was one of the neighbors said her daughter was posting online that she just got new Jordans and all this stuff. Like, taking like.
The kitchen was between the garage and twins' room.
Oh, that's
Sorry.
another thing he said. Because Landon's father had lived in the house. He said, I don't understand why she had those kids all the way in the front of the house, or in the back of the house alone when.
She wanted to do little as possible.
Yeah, and how she made herself look worse. Like, we get up
But
every
you got to
morning
remember,
at 7.
in her mind and her family's mind, it made her look better to keep going and going and going.
I think, like they say, follow the money, always. But with this, it's like just I can't even put into words how it's been. I mean, it's
No,
not ending.
Sorry, I just read something. So I read that this man, the one, blah,
Yeah, brought up
Alvarado, whatever his name is, the one that he snuck into the first time, that he did end up pressing charges 3 days after Cash died, though.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
But he spoke out, I guess. I mean, all the neighbors are starting to speak out. And
I wish they'd speak out all the truth, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I mean, they are. They're saying that the one neighbor that Monica's daughter was she put it as a fast girl, and she'd always be hanging around with the boys, and that her daughter one day had brought, I don't know, maybe a daughter or son, I don't know, she didn't say the gender of her child, had brought Monica's daughter in the house, and she said, oh no, never, that child's never to come, I'm sorry, you're not allowed to hang out with her, and she's not allowed back in my house.
She did say that. She said, I don't want you. Think about those specific words she said to an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
She has an 18-year-old who says to someone young enough to be their son, their child, I don't want you. Not here. I don't want you.
Yeah.
So I have a very hard time believing there wasn't a relationship there.
And what I didn't understand also is why was the Daily Mail in the house? And I don't know, I don't know if this is proven yet, if the police were there before that, or the FBI, to remove, because she said she hadn't touched the room, remember? And her interview. Everything was still the same, but wouldn't they have collected the bedding and all of that and dusted for fingerprints?
I mean, they should have, I would assume.
Hey, Janine, that's a very good point. Janine, grab the link. This is a really good point. I think because DB, for some reason, really wanted Monica's attention. He could have been very jealous of these two little boys that suddenly entered.
Yeah. You're right. That is a great possibility. And also, with a history of mental illness, it just, if he has schizophrenia, what, you don't know what's going through anyone's mind. And you knew that he had these issues. Why would you bring those? You're like you said, why bring those children into your home?
Right. I mean, she was obviously getting paid. Something enticed her. And, as I said, in the group and earlier today, when we babysit for a friend, when we were babysitters in high school, there was a list there. If there's an issue, call here. Here's their clothes. This is what they eat. Here's their food allergies. This is their doctor. How was any of that set up? It seems to me none. Oh, we lost her. Officer, are you there?
Me?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay.
Officer.
I'm looking at schizophrenia, age of onset for males. It's much older than 18. I mean, I'm not doubting the attorney, but I mean, obviously a doctor told him something.
I didn't hear what was being said. What happened?
I said, I'm reading this right now. Schizophrenia, age of onset. DB is 18. This is showing that it's a little bit older. I mean, you know.
What are you guys saying? I missed it.
Oh, it's just something that I was reading.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm lost. Okay. Oh.
Just Me says, sound like someone was gaming the system.
I'm sure Monica was.
But
The
she
do's
still,
and don'ts of the system.
and I will never understand that when there is a tragedy in the family, and especially something like this, people race out the door to make money.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the GoFundMe, donate directly to the funeral home. I mean, I've seen so many of them, and I don't get it. I mean, you would think you would be in such shock, you know, that you can't even, especially something like this, like your body can't even function. I mean, I think about like Vanessa Jillian, her mother. I mean, that woman was laying in bed for days, just in bed. She wasn't trying, and she could have raised $1 million.
Sorry, I need to get back to this. I'm like trying to look up things on the latest of it. Can you do like a Q&A, hun? Does anybody have any other?
Yeah, if anybody wants to grab the link. Uh-oh, we lost officer. Anybody want to grab the link? Yes, it's so ridiculous. I know I wouldn't. Hang on. It says, yes, it's so. If he was on house arrest, you'd assume they have required some type of mental health behavior. He wasn't on house arrest, Jean. He was not. Nope. They had a community meeting a couple of Mondays ago, and they said the whole ankle monitor thing was not true.
Okay. I got lost. Were you guys saying?
Janine said if he was on house arrest, you would assume they'd have required some type of mental health, behavioral, or rehabilitation program.
But I thought he wasn't on house arrest.
No, he wasn't. She just didn't know. But it's good to
no, definitely. I would think they would, especially being that young. Chelsea, I wouldn't be doing any of that. Like they kind of screwed themselves in that event, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, Janine, we all thought he had an ankle monitor on and he didn't. It would have been great.
Where did that come from? Because Monica's stepfather didn't say that. So where did that come from?
That's good. I have no clue.
Just me or angry. I don't know.
Yeah. I think literally just sick in the head. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously something very wrong with him, but there's something wrong with Monica. She doesn't really have the mama bear mentality to where she can protect kids. So I hear one story that she slept till like 11 a.m. Then she said, oh, I slept till, there you go, just me. She broke up with him. That's what I'm saying. When she confronted if this story is true, and she told the Daily Mail, I told him, I don't want you.
That's a very, I mean, yeah. But then again, why wouldn't she just come out and say that?
Because she had already said she didn't know him. She said she barely knows him. But see, it's been such a circle jerk of stories. I mean, when she said to the Daily Mail, I barely know him. But then she says, I told him I don't want you. Now, when you tell someone you don't want them, usually it's because
Who's Benny?
he's a YouTuber, and I don't watch YouTube. Like I've watched a few lives here and there. If I'm cleaning house, if there's something maybe, or if someone's talking about me. But yeah, I let you guys catch me up on that stuff.
I don't know who Benny is at all. I've never heard of him. Like I said, I haven't been on this case in a week or so.
And Janine, yeah, you're right. Hang on.
Yeah.
His mother stated he had mental. Yeah, she got right in front of that narrative. His mother was the first one.
Well,
but obviously Monica knew too, because Monica told the neighbor. And again, I'm going to say, I think she was the girlfriend at the neighbor's house. Please don't do this because he's having a breakdown.
Huh, cruising the tube. I didn't see that. I need to look up all this. But so Benny's a YouTuber that is defending Monica though, right?
Yeah, I guess he pretended to be delivering pizzas to her house and now they're friends. It's kind of a crazy deal. Yeah, get on
about going real life.
Officer. Come on, you know how to do things.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be doing that. There's no way in hell. Not with this kind of case. This is a minor was killed in her home, basically.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Maybe since she was gonna adopt DP. See, and that's another thing. Who was going to adopt him?
Where did that all come from?
Monica or her parents?
I heard Monica.
I also heard Monica wanted to. Well, so she was saying she was going to adopt him, and then she said, I don't want you. I don't want you, is what she said.
But I don't think any of that really happened. I think that's her spin on it of trying to say, I told DB he wasn't allowed here. And then it all comes out, well, no, bitch, he was living there. You had relations with him of some sort. We all can,
Something was going on. And,
so it pisses me off because she has fabricated so much. And literally, I've said it how many times? A person who has nothing to hide doesn't lie.
That's true. So why say I don't know him? Or how about this?
Cover her own ass.
Or try this. Say nothing.
Right.
Don't say a goddamn thing. Just shut up.
But people like that, the paranoia, she doesn't know her emotions even at that point different. I hope they gave her a drug test. I truly do. Even Trevor would have to have one. Like, they're going to say whatever. When you're on that kind of stuff, it just rolls out of your mouth. And you don't think about it because literally you don't remember what you said a minute ago.
Right. And it makes sense. I mean, the Daily Mail obviously contacted her because she was still alive and well on Facebook. Her stepdad was alive and well on Facebook. Her mom's alive and well on Facebook. And they're not even, besides the crazy posts, they're interacting with people. So it wasn't hard for Daily Mail to find her.
I heard LE, law enforcement, didn't know that she was interacting and selling these things, correct?
I don't know how they wouldn't know. I mean, if I know, they would know.
I mean, no, they didn't. Right, no, they didn't know. They became aware when it all came out. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no. I don't know.
They didn't know that the video was released at first. I mean, they didn't release it.
No, they didn't. And I mean, I don't know. What is your opinion? I mean, why? Obviously, it was for money. She sold that video to them for money.
Were you going to say what's my perspective on it? Okay, here it is. The only reason she put it out there and everything that she has done and that her parents or whoever the hell they are have done is to cover her own ass. Yes, Danielle Marie, I heard they were upset too that she sold the video because that never should have been out. But what she's doing is ha ha ha. Look, there's DB. He took the kid. I didn't have anything to do with it. Why would I do it? Oh, well, he was raped and everything too. Oh, that's all DB, not on me. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. You see what I'm saying? Look, so I'm going to post all this evidence that proves I didn't do it because you know what? I didn't do it. That's what I'm saying.
No, you're exactly right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I just think it's absolutely.
The more she talks about it and fabricates everything, the less credibility she's going to have. And right now, she has literally the worst credit score for credibility at this point.
Oh, good point, Jasmine. That goes back to
yep.
what Twinkles was saying until we lost her. He was underage when it was going on.
Yep.
Cameron said, my mom was going to adopt you. How does Danielle, okay, I hope Carter never sees the video either.
Unfortunately, he will because it's now here forever.
And the internet does what the internet does. And, you know,
it never goes away.
Obviously, Cash suffered greatly.
Yeah.
Carter is, I mean, I said in group, I said, if you guys would have started a GoFundMe saying this is for Carter, you would have tripled your money. Because people don't donate to funerals. They don't donate to things that they know other entities can cover. But if you would have said this is for this little boy, you would have made a lot of money and done whatever you wanted with it. And you wouldn't have had this backlash.
But she's not smart enough to do that.
But this little boy, he was a twin for one. I'm not a twin. But, you know, they're super close, period. But that was his one constant in his life when his mom and dad are going back and forth and mom and dad show up. You know, they're living with the grandparents. Then dad gets them. Then they go to Dallas. Dad's got a girlfriend. Then we go to Monica's. Suddenly she's asking us to call her mom. And her parents are saying, hey, we're grandma and grandpa. You know, they see all these different people, but his one constant was Cash. And I just think it's heartbreaking. It's extremely sad.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, honey, hold on.
So who thinks that Monica, we know that she knew him previously. Who thinks that Monica was actually having a relationship with DB? And honestly, and why would she? Because in my opinion, there was something going on between the two of them for her to go to a neighbor and plead with him not to turn him in to the police. And on top of that, survivor's guilt big time. Yeah. And then on top of that, to say to an 18-year-old kid, you have an 18-year-old son, so you're speaking to basically his friend because him and Cam are friends. LOL, tried to get So you're speaking to another 18-year-old kid with schizophrenia. If that's what his attorney says, that's all we have to go on. And you're speaking to him saying, I don't want you. It's not, I don't want this. These are her words. I don't want you around. Hey, we have a lot of things going on around here. Maybe it's you should go back to your house for a while. I don't want you.
Meth heads are more than capable of anything. That's the sad part.
Yeah, and it's a strange situation because I don't see anybody, I haven't heard anything about anybody in the house getting up and going to work every day or sleeping all day and going to work at night. So
I also don't believe Trevor was going to be looking for work anywhere. And like, I didn't realize that you guys had said people knew he was living there up until literally this happened. And it was technically not in Houston at all looking for a job. I don't think he had them. First of all, where's the mobility?
And if he was, he could have been hiding out there. A lot of people are like, no, he was there the whole time. Because I
wonder if that's true. I do.
Because if he doesn't have a job, he's hiding from warrants. Obviously, there's a lot of things going in and out of her house. He could have hidden in plain sight. Was he living in a hotel with no money? I don't know. I guess he was on unemployment. But what is unemployment a week? Is it 500, 600? You still have to pay for food, a roof over your head. I think it makes sense to me that he was there the whole time.
Right.
And then this brings to the last topic. Where the hell is Trevor?
But that's it. That makes me very curious. If he really was there the whole time, I hope they get him on charges. I hope something can be, I mean, that would be the best thing for Monica to say, literally at this point. Hey, his dad was here the whole damn time.
Yeah, I mean, he did a Facebook. He was speaking to his sister about what went down, and he said that him and Monica were friends and that he confided in her about parenting advice. I'm like, well, what about their mother, your mother, the maternal grandparents? There's other people to speak to besides Monica.
I kind of wonder if literally that's the reason Trevor really isn't bad-mouthing Monica at all. Have you noticed that? Like, he hasn't bad-mouthed her or anything. Like, if that happened and I left my kid in your, I mean, I don't know why I would, but I would be pissed that you kept him in the back room, that you didn't know, you didn't even check on them after you called the police. But he's not bad-mouthing her. I think it's honestly to get her to shut up because for her to say that he was not there.
Oh, I'd be furious too, especially since this is what happened to his child. He entrusted her with his two children. Now, how often did he check on them? How often did he call, send money? Where are they at? Did he know they were both sleeping in a crib? Did he know they had no toys?
Yeah, I think what everybody is saying is true, that he was there the whole time. Now that I do.
And, this one guy in the group, I don't know if he lives in the neighborhood. I don't know the whole story. And he said, no, the police came there looking for Trevor. Why would they go to Monica's house? Was there something on Facebook he was tagged in? I don't know how do they do warrants? I mean, how do they find people with warrants?
I mean, you have no contact, or you have, they don't have to, you can get any kind of warrant. Like, no knock warrant, all those kind of things. I mean, they literally came to Monica.
How do they track down someone with a warrant? And they went, how do they track down somebody with a warrant?
Oh, I mean, they have your information. It's been to the court.
But they went to Monica's house specifically. Was he using his phone and maybe they tracked it? His Facebook? I don't know.
Oh, I mean, 100%. But no, not for that. And especially if they just took a simple no and left. It probably wasn't that deep, honestly. But his parents they probably went to his parents. They probably went to an ex-girlfriend looking for him. And that's where he said they were until he could get his story to them. So now they just are keeping quiet. I think that's such a great thing that someone brought up. I do believe that he was present the whole damn time. And if Monica, and I hope, if she was even smart, she'd lawyer up and say, look, I lied. I get it. But he was here the whole time. Stop blaming me.
Actually, that would be the best thing, and it makes the most sense,
It does, but she's not going to because she's not smart. Trevor's probably giving her $100 a week to stay quiet.
But who would take responsibility of two little 4-year-olds for $100?
Honey, she's not smart.
Oh, I know. I get that.
Danielle, if he's on probation, yeah, he would have to provide an address 100%. That's a good job.
And Janine's right too. Adoption takes money, even if a parent is willing to sign over rights and custody. That's true. We don't have.
Probably didn't even think about that.
Well, no, I mean, but Monica, I mean, she said that she was going to adopt the twins. I mean, she told law enforcement they're her kids.
I don't believe her.
Well, of course, I mean, of course she's lying. But I mean,
Right.
and it even said in one of the first news articles, she claimed to be their mom. And then further came out, she's a caregiver.
Right.
DL court, social media, it depends on what kind of crime, how hard they look. And if he was on probation, he would have to update an address. I don't know how probation works, but I'm pretty sure you got to tell somebody where you're at. I mean, was Trevor on probation? I mean, the question is,
I don't know.
Did he go to the funeral? Was he at the funeral? They had a private service. Was he there? Does anyone know?
I have no clue if he was on probation or not. She would never have been able to adopt them unless the bio parents let her. I don't think the bio mom would have said yes. I don't know. I think literally it was just coming out of her mouth. And the more she spoke about it, she had to keep covering up lies after lies after lies.
Yeah, and I don't think bio dad would have either. And what was he thinking? So he's thinking that Monica's going to watch the twins. And he's got this warrant, but he didn't turn himself in, which some people say it's a criminal warrant. Some people said it's for rehab. Now, are there really warrants that'll make you go to rehab?
I mean, you'll be, yeah, I mean, no, not that I know of, but you can have a warrant on you, get taken to jail, and then the court, the judge, can decide if that's where you're going to go. I don't know about warrants that lead you directly to rehab. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably just another story. But I mean,
11 warrants. Yeah.
How long was he going to lay around?
As long as he wanted to. He's probably doing drugs and everything.
Warrants don't expire, do they? I mean, are they like
unless they're taken off you? No, they don't. Unless the judge issues whatever. I mean, there's so many different ones. Where there's warrants that literally you just have to turn yourself in. They put you in, and then they literally bail you out and say, "Here's your next court date. Don't miss court again." But his warrants weren't like that. Janine, I thought I heard that she had said she was going to adopt DB too. I don't think so. I don't think that's what led to all this at all. I think it's a whole bunch of lies and people being idiots.
Yeah, Monica's she's got a big heart. Yeah, I mean, she was taking care of DB, gonna adopt him. Not to mention she was, in the process at one point of adopting the twins. That's a lengthy process. A friend of mine is adopting her grandchildren. She's adopting two of her grandsons.
Yeah,
and even with the cooperation of her son and daughter-in-law, it's still costing quite a bit of money, and it's a long process. So why Monica thought she could just adopt these two kids is nuts. Or DB, who's almost 18.
I think she was just making. Apparently, she doesn't think law enforcement can look into anything, and she didn't think they would be looking into all this because remember, now the video's out there. It's obviously DB, and it's on the ring. So she's just going. They're not going to look into her. She doesn't know shit. So she just kept putting it out there. She has to cover up her lies.
Sometimes judges will give you the option of rehab or jail.
100%. I'm saying 100%. I'm saying that there's not a warrant out there that's going to go directly to rehab. No, I said what I said was the judge, the court makes that initial decision.
Well, I mean, but the person has to want help, correct?
No, not at all. He can say you're going to go to rehab. My soon-to-be ex-husband's sister.
Oh.
She huge meth head, and literally told her to get into rehab. Guess what? How many days? 30-some days later, nah, she went to jail for a whole year.
Well, basically, what it came down to, what we were all told, is he doesn't want to go to rehab.
What?
Basically, what it comes down, if you don't finish the rehab, you'll go to jail. You'll go back to jail. Well, because what we were told is he doesn't want to go to rehab. But he also couldn't find a job in Dallas. That one blows my mind.
Right. I don't think he was there. Now that you guys all brought this up how long ago, I really believe that he was probably at the residence this whole time.
It only makes sense. And that's how, I mean, somebody was obviously giving her money.
I think I was helping Connor at this time, but what are her neighbors saying? Did they not see Trevor anywhere around, or they did?
You know what? I haven't heard, but there's a lot of neighbors in the group. No one's mentioned if they've seen Trevor. And I also want to know how they were getting money to Monica. Because if Mindy was looking for her twins and he was sending money, wouldn't that be easy to find where the money's going? And for what?
Venmo. I mean, I don't know. But who sent money? Are you just saying to keep her quiet or what?
Well, she doesn't
sending money?
I don't see Monica doing anything for free.
Who said they were sending money?
It was a comment in one of the posts saying that somebody was sending her money. It could have just been someone just talking, just to say that, he was providing. I don't know. Because where would Monica get the money for clothes, food, and all,
Janine,
and all that stuff?
there. Janine, that's another good one right there. I hope they have asked for receipts, and I hope all that has been taken care of by Ellie. I really do. Receipts put you at that's one thing receipts are great for. Interrogation. Give me the receipts. You'll be clear, definitely. I just don't think he has them.
Oh, Danielle, I forgot about this. A lot of the neighbors said they had never seen the kids before. Never seen the twins.
And they had been there, what, since March?
March or February. I've heard 2 different months.
Yep, that's sad. I do hope negligent charges are brought up. Sorry, I got something in my mouth. I do. I think those 2 are going to be charged with a whole lot more. Or there needs to be a petition getting started by us that they are charged.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I think they're not talking. Remember, again, it's only been 19, 20 days. I think that's also why they're not talking, because I think Monica probably knows this too. Maybe that's why she's trying to clean up her act. That they're looking into a lot more.
Oh, I agree. And I don't know. She's so paranoid anyway. I've never seen, I was looking at the pictures at the Daily Mail. I didn't really care so much about what she was saying. I looked at that later. But I'm looking at the pictures and I'm like, why so many cameras? Ours are at the corner of our house, okay? Our security system's super simple. And hers she had one on a bookshelf. But then DB, who she knew could be violent, tried to grab a 2-year-old, could walk in and out, enough that the dogs know him, and had a key. It'll never make sense.
Nope. Hold on real quick, hon. I'll be right back.
The doors looked like they had been knocked in a few times in windows. Yeah, I saw a lot of screens that weren't there. I didn't see any broken windows.
Ugh. Connor. Sorry, since we got home from our fishing trip, my son has ate like 2 Hot Pockets, a pizza, and now mac and cheese. I'm like, stop. I'm doing this. Does anybody have questions or anything you want to do?
Yeah, or does anybody want to hop on?
A Q&A or anything?
Q&A is always fun. If
Yeah,
not, I'm going to wrap this up because we have another show here in about an hour and a half. The author of the book from Jason Collier is going to be on because Jason's gotten himself in more trouble. So, and I want to dig back in on Cash because I've got a million questions that won't get out of my head. I have cameras around outside, then one inside every door that had people breaking into a house we lived in 10 years ago. So Stephanie. Yeah. Well, Jason's got a lot of stuff going on, Stephanie. He really does. He's got women stalking him. He's got one that bought a plane ticket. He met online. She lives in Washington. And she actually flew to Texas. Yep.
I need to read up on this before the next one.
We're going to go over this today because a couple of the women are going to be in. And Danielle, the only thing we know about DB's family is his mother. He's got younger siblings. His attorney says he's schizophrenic and that he have the wrong guy.
Janine, he's getting married again. Oh my God.
No, he's not. He's actually not getting married. Hopefully he hops on today. That would be great. I don't think he will.
Jason?
Yeah.
Wow. That would be nice.
But definitely the author of the book is going to be on. So we're going to discuss what he's got going on right now.
Who's the author of the book?
Lonnie Doris. The book.
Connor, turn it down. Sorry. Oh gosh.
No. Yeah, Lonnie Doris is coming on today. Going back, going through what Jason's got going on now. The book is Texted Lies, Whispered Truths. I don't know if Terry Ann's going to be on. Lonnie was the one on the Dr. Phil show. And
wow.
stay on Lonnie until I get a Dr. Phil coffee mug.
Connor, turn it. Here's the link. Okay. Sorry, I'm here.
Chelsea, the group is, let me see. It's a sad day in America when you forget the names of your own groups. It's a soap
when you
opera,
have too
okay?
many, it's kind of hard.
It's Jason Collier, His Lives and Loves, but I'll put the link up. I know.
Did he make money off of this?
Who, Jason?
Yeah.
Ass. All he cares about is getting ass. And I'm going to talk today also about that's all he cares about is just finding someone. I mean, really, he's a codependent. Hopefully he comes on and defends himself, especially since I take his side about Opal, but we'll see.
About who?
Opal, his ex-wife.
Yeah, I really need to catch up on this.
You will this afternoon. All right, ladies, I'm going to head off of here, and I'm going to go to the pool for a minute and then be back on at 2 o'clock, and Lonnie Doris will be here. And we're going to get the update on Jason Collier, talk about the book. Hopefully she can tell us all about what it was like on the Dr. Phil show. And the link is posted. It shows that it's coming up. Let me show you. Hang on. It's very sad. I have to use my phone to look at stuff, and I have to put glasses on. No.
Aren't you my age? Calm down, sister.
Well, I mean, I've always had really good eyes, I think.
I have too. I know. I get what you're saying, though.
But the last few days, it's weird. When I look to the right, I see like a little cloud. So I have to go to the ophthalmologist to figure out what's going on. It could just be allergies. Jason Collier update today at 2 p.m.
Awesome.
All right, Danielle, thanks. It was a great live. You guys are the best. All right, see you guys at 2 o'clock.
Thanks, guys. I'm out.
Bye.